What's up, nigga?
Gangsta rap, nigga.
Nigga.
Nigga. I'm 100% nigga.
Nigga. I'm 200% nigga.
Hello, I'm Elder, and this is the Open Debate. So, is it appropriate to say the N-word, and if so, when? This isn't a new topic, and as a black man who's grown up in a predominantly white society, I can tell you I've had this discussion many times. Recently, the subject's come up because of this situation.
Gotta get to Nebraska more. You're welcome. We'd love to have you work in the fields with us. Work in the field? That's part of that. That's... Said it. I'm a house nigga. No, it's a show.
Pretty funny joke. A little inappropriate, but funny nonetheless. If this were a black comedian, everything would be fine, the world would continue, but since Bill Maher is white, madness ensues. Some people are even calling for him to be fired. See, this is a big problem, because the right to free speech doesn't extend further for one race over another. If you want to be able to call your friend a nigga, then you need to accept that everybody has the right to use that word. But then, of course, you always get this reply.
I think we need to get to the root of the psyche, because I think it's a lot of guys out there who cross the line because they a little too familiar, or they think they too familiar, or it's guys that, you know, they might have a black girlfriend or two that made them some Kool-Aid every now and then, and they think they can cross the line, and they can't. You know, it's a word that has been used against us. It's like a knife, man, and you can use it as a weapon or you can use it as a tool. It's been used as a weapon against us by white people, and we're not gonna let that happen again by nobody, because it's not cool.
Talk about hypocritical.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube, from the gang called niggas with attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sword off.
One race cannot dictate the language to be used by another. If the black community could come together as a whole and agree that the word shouldn't be used at all, then we could begin to have this conversation. As long as the word nigger is still being used within the black community, then there's no grounds to start dictating what language other people can use. The N-word has long been used as a tool of suppression against African Americans, so when I hear someone of European descent using the word, it really just reflects on their mindset. It makes me feel as though they're ignorant to the world around them. On the other hand, when I hear someone of African descent using it, especially to describe someone else, it really makes me feel as though they have a sense of self-hatred. Perhaps these mindsets have been ingrained from an early age, but regardless, continuing to use these words that only perpetuate division is doing nothing but keeping segregation alive and well. Personally, I feel the N-word is demoralizing and we should stop using it altogether, but until then, no, we don't own it, and you can't tell anyone they can't use it. Lead by example. In today's mainstream rap industry, where sadly most of America gets its daily dose of black culture, the N-word is literally the most frequent word used to describe somebody. When a lot of today's youth look up to these figures, what do you think's gonna happen? They're gonna try to emulate these people, and then we end up with situations like this.
12 in the morning, pop shells for a living and berry gon' smell blood trail every minute rogue wave, and you niggas no fair. When I hit 'em, every time I see it big, I don't hesitate to kill 'em. Ain't nobody give a fuck about a rule. Either get diplomas or a tool. I'm a cool with my youngest no boo. When I was bringing this cage, you fuckers fucking gang affiliated with nothing but my name, man. I don't give a fuck about a motherfucking pole.
Don't worry, he's Asian, so everybody loves him. The hypocrisy needs to end. Either everyone can use it, or no one can use it. It's simple. You're not liberating yourself by adopting the speech of your former oppressors. If anything, every single time you call your brothers and sisters a nigga, you're only perpetuating the degradation of an entire culture. A culture that you say you're fighting so hard to build up. Wake up. Racism is racism. You can't tell one race they can't use a word because it'll hurt your feelings.
I'm talking about guys who cross the line every day because they got some black homies, they got some friends, they think it's cool, and it's not cool because When I hear my homie say it, it don't feel like venom. When I hear a white person say it, it feel like that knife stabbing me, even if they don't mean it.
Either cry yourself a river, build a bridge, and get over it, or stop using it. It's that simple. Racism needs to end on all fronts. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, you're not exempt from this. Didn't your parents ever tell you 2 wrongs don't make a right? Oppressing someone because you feel as though they've benefited from a society that has oppressed you will not give you any sort of moral satisfaction. At the end of the day, you'll still be in the same position and just as miserable as before you started. Change comes from the individual, and each and every individual within the black community needs to stand up and be the first to make these changes, starting with teaching our children love and respect. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is on us, the black population. Stand up and make the changes you want to see. Then, and maybe then, you'll be justified in your reactions when you hear somebody say the word nigger. I don't know, food for thought. So, as of right now, how I see it, black or not, nobody has the right to tell people what words they can use. Of course, context matters in determining how you receive what's being said, and it especially needs to be taken into account when you're dealing with comedy. So with that being said, I don't really use the N-word, and I don't really agree that it's appropriate to use in any situation. When I hear other people say it, I don't really think twice because of how often I hear it every day in mainstream culture. If it's being directed at someone or myself, it's a completely different situation. That's just blatant racism. Well, anyways, something to think about. I'm Elder with The Open Debate. Good luck.